Hi. Lucky for you, we only have a few minutes. I have to go on a few. So we were in just E flat, so we'll switch to um, G. Okay. You sung from every heart, you found in every non worry. You sung from every shell. You make room when you're not worried. You sing love when you're not worried. You sing lights of love when you're not worried. Suddenly you don't mind making room for all the scariest beings. You picture them on the day that they were born. Suddenly you don't mind making room for every scary being. You picture them on the day before that they were born. Everybody was so stoked, so high, so glad to see their face for the first time. They didn't know they were gonna grow to be such a meanie. But the good thing is nobody's irretrievably meanie. Get to participate in love in any moment that you would love to. The good thing is we're sitting in the heart. No matter what we think, we're always found in the heart of every other. Obviously, I don't know what. Okay. Okay, like last guitar here. Wait, hold on, wait. We don't mean to be other than love that tells you. Hand us every note that we have ever written. Send it to water. Sing before you write. Sing before you paint. Sing before you get up this morning. Sing while you were dreaming. Sing in the middle of other loved one's dream. How do you sing inside someone else's dream? Well, you so much to get them off the 10 boards of directors that they sit with on these situations that are being as tough on the earth as like kind of remember Civil Action, the WR Grace, the Grace Company in Woburn, Mass. Okay, Jen Schlickman got played by John Travolta. Stand for every being everyone would love to live. And if folks don't want to live, then interview them. Have 100 singing, compassionate questions with real deep room for their answers. Of like, um, that's the hit on Dr. Kevorkian and all other folks. Like, yes, assisted suicide, but like, why wouldn't someone doesn't have the amazing community around them to show them that like, oh, it's like, yeah, it's an uphill battle, and eventually there won't be humans, and they'll just be like whatever cockroaches on Earth, but the work we can do. Somebody starts singing a song, some favorite song, and they do the scientific studies about just how your body changes from when you get immersed in music, and uh, but stay away from like the lowest notes because that could really like mess with your organs. And then the highest stuff, like when we were down at Union Square for the Republican convention in '04, they didn't use it that time, but they did. Everybody was talking how they had this machinery at Union Square Park, and they found ways to round us up anyway. They just but then the cool thing when they round everybody up against their will, that you end up like you're in a jail cell like with this 90% of the people to sit down, and some of the people that want to sit down and leave are like Republicans who just got caught on their way to go get some milk, and they got rounded up just en masse, because they just brought out the metal barricades. This is Mayor Bloomberg, and it's your first chance maybe that you'll ever have to talk to those Republicans, but also, because some folks, some new friends were like getting pissed after a couple of days. I was like, no, the whole thing was like, it was no more than 47 hours. It was like 2 days. So it's like, but towards the end, they were like, they're like, oh, we want to get out. We want to get out. Okay, once you get showered and you have the food you want, because they were lying to people. They were saying, this is before I was vegan, and they were saying that this bologna was soy bologna, and they just would like laughing, just people, eating, just hungry, um, uh, and so it's like, this is your chance. You wanted to sing Phil Oakes and you wanted to sing Clash, you want to sing the Clash, and you wanted to sing like a zillion other heartfelt, like Stand for the Earth, Joe Hill, anthemics. Um, and the cops, they may be grumbling, because almost every cop I ever interviewed, hundreds of cops I've interviewed over the years, they always say they'd rather be home with their family. So as they're daydreaming toward their family, suddenly in the cell that they have to watch you at, then they can't leave that post, and they have to hear you sing those Clash songs for the first time. And so maybe like as they're like playing, with their kid when they get home after the double or triple shift, they unconsciously start singing like, like really, Joe Strummer. I mean, he died so young. He probably died around the age of Shakespeare or Zappa. And like, what would you wouldn't stop making music, and you wouldn't stop doing healing, jammy, political, joyfully resisting stuff just because you're technically dead. Like the joy of like, hey, let's like 75 of us, let's keep whispering and singing. If we get them to change that name, that they were going to name that person, or we could get them to like stay out an extra 5 seconds or 5 minutes so they can bump into someone that they can sing with, and suddenly the day becomes better, or they're going to bump into someone that becomes one of their best friends, all because they, like a day that's kicking your ass, you choose to stay up a little later. Like, I'm not going upstairs, or I'm not going to bed until they turn around this day a little more. I mean, nothing against, I love and respect folks who are like, be like, okay, you say, all right, but even though you're overwhelmed, for 3 seconds, can you picture someone light? Like, do you have 3 seconds worth of love light to send to someone? Like, all right, I need to go take a rest. I've been working too long, but you guys go here. I'm sending this love light so you can have that energy to battle on the front lines, or confront the teacher, or confront the bosses, because you love that. We'll leave on that note, just that like, when you're with someone, when you're by yourself, it's easier in numbers when other people are around you that you feel safe with. But even just with love, when you confront the person who's the manager and they're saying, sorry, we don't do this, or we're not allowed, or I'm not allowed to let you in, or something, say, okay. But when you look back, say to the boss, the appointed neo boss, the worker, you say, when you look back on this moment, just make sure you're acting in a way so that you'll be glad and proud to tell yourself and your grandkids this is how you acted. But if it's a job you're really not emotionally attached to, the job isn't doing great things for you, the job's not honoring you or anybody else very well, then make the decision based on what feels right to the heart. Does it look like I'm going to go and like key cars and break windows and go in and mess stuff up? Or do you think I'll go and I might maybe go and make new lyrics to a Christmas carol before running out with my 2 rabbit friends? And then the question is, did I bring the rabbit friends in, or did we go in to liberate the rabbits? And so, and see, that's why I was saying vegan. So it's like only 6.5 years, but like, you don't have to be a scary vegan. Like, I know I alienate so many people. Finally announced that I'm vegan, but I'm not telling anybody what they must eat. But please talk to your food, sing to your food, nibble your food, kiss your food. Just bless your food, no matter what it's made of, no matter how it lived when it was on Earth. Just like it's keeping you alive. So just like thank you, thank you to just that we get to live it and participate in this day. But if I don't go right now, I'll miss my 2 steroid shots. So I love you, and I love you, and I just wish joy for everyone on Earth, like in good health, miracles to everyone on Earth. Hold on one second there. Wait, yes, there.